Pilates fam, this week I've got a great one for you. It's a full body flow. We're going from head to toe here today, getting ready to work on our mat, feeling strong, feeling long, feeling empowered to really take on the week ahead of us. I can't wait to get started with you. We're starting here just on all fours, wrists right underneath those shoulders, knees right underneath those hips. We'll get started with some spinal mobility. So making your way there, just feel really connected to the mat here with your fingertips kind of clawing through, strength and support in those shoulders, knees under those hips, tops of the feet pressing down there into the mat to support you. Again, finding that connectedness, that foundation. You're in your neutral spine just like you would be if you were to start on your back here, pulling that belly button up away from gravity. Feel that transverse abdominis, that internal corset. Going on here with a cat-cow. As you breathe in, you'll drop the belly, shine your heart forward as your head and your tailbone reach up towards the sky. And then exhale, you'll start to curl. Pull the back of your belly button up high. Look between those knees. Tuck the tailbone under. Really press away. Inhale to drop the belly down, coming into that nice spine extension. It's gentle. Don't force it here. And then exhale, finding that curl, that round shape. Stretching the skin of your back body. Take a few more rounds of that, as slow or as fast as you want to here. I want you to just feel the space you're creating between each and every vertebra. Feel the strength you're creating across your core, keeping your belly button connected as you transition from one shape to the next. I'm just going to take one more round here. And then I'll find a neutral spine once I'm done with that one round. Once you're here in your neutral spine, I'm going to take a variation of your bird dog. We're going to stay on your single side here. I'm starting with left arm, right leg, but it doesn't really matter. Whichever one feels more natural to you is just fine. You'll reach your left arm, right leg away from one another. Take a breath in, and then breathe out, set them right back down. Breathe in to pause, breathe out to reach, same side, breathe in to pause, breathe out to set it back down. So we're taking that 2 rounds of breath. Your goal is to remain nice and steady across your torso, steady across your low back. Make sure your weight isn't shifting into that opposite hip or knee. Strengthening using the opposite shoulder. You're always exhaling as you move and inhaling to hold. 2 more like that. On the last one, you're going to hold that arm and leg out nice and long. Remember, it's whichever one you wanted to start with. You're going to drop that hand and toe all the way down towards the ground, leaving the arm and leg long and straight. And then exhale to lift back up. Drop it down. Exhale to lift. Taking these little lift and lowers of the arm and leg, notice how your balance may start to shift. Activate your core even more. Shoulder even more. Keep your neck long. We've got 3 more of these. 2 more. On the last one, you're going to hold it up there. Little pulses up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Set that hand, set that knee back down. Take a breath. Recollect your core. Sticking with that same side here, I want you to lift just your arm alongside your ear. So it's reaching about parallel to the mat. Try to keep that core nice and tight. From here, you're going to circle that arm around towards the side like a T, half T, and then bring that hand all the way back towards your hip. Try to keep your shoulders square as you do so. So you're keeping your arm parallel to the floor, swinging it up alongside the ear, and then swinging it back alongside the hip. Can you turn on the muscles in your back body on the opposite side here to keep yourself nice and firm, nice and centered? Neck is relaxed, neck is long. Drawing this little half moon shape. We're going to do 3 more of these. You'll feel your tricep at the end there. Last one. And then your hand's gonna come right back down. Once your hand is down, sticking with that same side you started with, so it's your right leg if you're following me. You're gonna straighten that right leg back behind you, keep your toe on the ground. Square off those hips, both hands are down this time. You're gonna hover that leg up about hip height. From here, make sure you're nice and square. You wanna keep your knee and your toe facing down towards the mat. I'm gonna open that right leg 2 inches towards the right, and then right back in. It's outer thigh, it's inner thigh. Trying to keep those hips steady. It's going to be very easy to dump into that opposite side glute and hip. Balancing that teacup on your tailbone. Reaching that toe long in both directions. It's only about 2 inches in both directions because if you go larger, you're losing your stability, your form. We're here for 4. For 3, squeeze those inner thighs. For 2. And then the last one here. Set that knee down, open those knees wide, toes can kiss, sit back towards those heels, nice big stretch back. Drop the forehead to your mat, and you're just gonna wave the head from right to left like you're shaking it now. Little massage here across the forehead, but what this is doing is relaxing any tension that may have built up in your neck. And then we'll slowly wave the spine on forward. And then I'm going to swing around to do the same thing on the other side here, just so you can see what's happening. So wrists underneath those shoulders, knees underneath those hips. Collect your core here, activate that neutral spine. When you're ready, right arm, left leg are reaching long. Inhale to hold. You're setting them back down. So same series starting with that reach, hold, and then coming back to all fours in between. Trying as hard as we can not to shift the weight here. Using that top of the foot on the opposite side, the stability side to help you. Using your breath to help you. It's always an exhale to move. Inhale to recollect that form, and exhale to move. Now we already worked on that first side, so you might feel like this side is a little bit more challenging than the other. Try to keep from head to hips totally still. We got 3 more. Taking that bird dog on this side. Single side often harder than switching from one to the other. You're going to hold the up on this last one. Straight arm, straight leg, they lower down to the mat. They lift back up. Lower down to the mat. And lift back up. Exhale on the lift. I like that to try to keep the low back out of it. You're reaching long in both directions. We've got 4. We've got 3. You got this. On the last one, we're holding it up there. You know what to do. Little pulses. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Set them down. Take a breath. Going with just the arm here. It lifts alongside your ear. Once you're ready, keep it parallel to the floor. Swing it back. Squeeze the tricep as that arm goes alongside your hip. Circle it right back up, parallel to the floor, and then right back down. Strength here across your rotator cuff. You might notice that one shoulder had more stability than the other on these little arm rainbows. Drawing that half moon shape in both directions. Strong in that stabilizing shoulder. There's work there on that stabilizing side. Activating your obliques here. Did you know? Opposite side obliques, working hard on these. 3 more. 2 more. And then after this last one, you can set that right hand right back down under your shoulder. Firm pressure between both hands, sending that left leg straight back behind you, toe down to start. Square off those hips. Knee and toes stay facing the ground as you lift up about hip height. Reach, reach, reach long out that toe. Outer thigh as it opens 1 inch to the left. Inner thigh as it comes right back in. Outer thigh, inner thigh. If you turn the leg out here, you're just not going to get the right work across that outer and inner hip. That support for your deep core, your psoas, that lift across your pelvic floor is what we're strengthening here. Opposite side obliques again coming into play. We're here for 4, for 3, For 2, squeeze those inner thighs. And last one, set that knee down, open them wide, toes can kiss. You're sitting all the way back towards those heels. This time, instead of dropping the forehead, you're going to walk both hands towards the right side of your mat. See if you can stretch out the side body on your left. Sinking the hips square and heavy is your goal, while that upper body takes that lateral bend. 2 breaths here. And then we'll do the same thing on the other side. So walk those hands right on over towards the left. You're kind of pressing back so that the hips can sink further towards the heels. Use that connection with the palms here to stretch in the right side torso. 2 breaths here. We'll come right back to center. Drop the chin towards the chest. You're going to roll up one bone at a time. Start with the tail, low back, mid back, rib cage, shoulders, neck, and head are last. Gorgeous. From here, I'm going to have y'all come up high on your knees and then just go ahead, turn to face towards the screen here. You want a little space between those knees. That's just going to help you with some balance here. We're going to take some upper body work, so think about stability in those inner thighs, strength in your core, always pulling that belly button in and up. It's going to help you from leaning forward or back on these, unless when I'm telling you to lean forward and back. So arms are just going to start out by your sides here, little circles with the shoulders back. They're going to come up towards your ears, down the back body, and lock into your back pockets. So up towards those ears, back, opening up the chest, and then pulling them right back down. You'll breathe in, lift, back, and down. Breathe in to lift, out to circle back and down. Try to make this happen a little bit more fluid here. You could bend the elbows a little bit, bringing the arms into it. Remember, strong core, strong inner thighs for balance. We're going to make things a little bit harder here next. Continuing with these circles back. We're going to take the arms with us into a nice big arm circle. Arms sweep forward, up, back, and down. Forward, up, back, and down. So as you're going for this little kind of swim here, just notice it's going to be more challenging to keep your balance. Your torso is going to try to wiggle forward and back here as those arms circle nice and wide. They don't have to come all the way up into the ears, just wherever feels comfortable for your shoulders. We already warmed them up quite a bit with those all fours positions. We'll do 3 more, 2 more, and then 1 more here. Relax it down, shake out that head. We're going to do the same thing with circles towards the front. So we'll start with the shoulders, back, up, forward, and down, back, up, forward, and down. Once you find that shape, you'll just make it a little bit more fluid. As you circle forward, you might need those arms a little bit more to find that rotation in the shoulders. Often shoulders don't want to circle in this direction, so listen to your body. And then when you're ready, find that strength in your center. We're going to take those arms all the way back, up, and forward. Big circles forward this time. As you take this swim, may feel more natural. May be able to bring those hands closer together, up above your head. Circling, breathing, stability in that core. Getting those shoulders nice and warm for 3, for 2. After that last one, drop them down, shake out the head, relax the neck. Arms are going to come straight down by your sides. Palms are going to turn to face back behind you. I'm going to take my hands out at a little angle in front of me, so my fingertips are just pointing kind of down and in front of me. Strengthening my core, I'm going to press all 10 fingers in together and then sweep my arms back, opening up my chest, trying to glue my shoulder blades together back behind me as my arms come to that same angle back behind my hips. Constantly reaching out those fingertips. Breathe in as they sweep forward, create tension, you're moving through water. Breathe out, connect those shoulder blades back behind you. Breathe in to sweep them forward, and out to open up that heart. So as you move here, this exercise is called chest expansion. What I want you to notice is that I'm not leading with my hands. If I lead with my hands, my shoulders roll forward. I'm leading with the shoulder blades connecting behind me, spiraling my chest, my heart up towards the sky. Being careful that it doesn't flare forward, however. We'll do 3 more, 2 more. Keep on breathing. Exhale, hold it back there. Little pulses up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Send those hands forward. Bend the elbows so they're locked right next to your ribs. Your palms are facing down towards the ground. Forearms about parallel to the floor. Here's one of those moments where I'm going to ask you to lean forward. Your hips are going to go back so they're floating up above those heels. My chest dives forward so that I have to work harder to keep my belly button up away from gravity. From here, elbows stay locked in place. You're going to straighten the arms back behind you and then bend them right back in. Exhale as they straighten, inhale as they bend. So looking for that same kind of angle behind you that you took in chest expansion. This time we're working a lot on those triceps here. Feel that lift so much so that you feel the connection to the upper back part of your arm. Breathing into it here, you're going to feel that low body working hard to stabilize you, core working hard to stabilize you. Notice how my heart remains open here. I'm doing 3 of these, 2 of these. On the last one, you're going to hold those arms straight. They stay straight. The thumbs come in towards one another. They open back up. Thumbs towards one another, open back up. Keep your arms long here so the thumbs don't come all the way to touch. You would have to bend your elbow to do that. You're opening up the chest even more. Make sure you've got that belly button towards the spine for support. You don't want to feel this in the low back. We're here for 4, for 3, for 2, and then 1 more here. You can come all the way up to high knees. Shake out those arms, shake out the neck. From here, I'm going to turn my palms to face forward. My elbows stay locked in place just like they were on those tricep extensions. This time, I'm going to try to bend my elbow until I can tap all the way to my shoulder and then resist as I straighten. Exhale, tap the shoulder. Inhale, resist to straighten. So a little bicep curl here. Keep those fingertips pressing in towards one another. Keep those elbows locked by your sides. Can you turn on the muscles in your back? Support your posture. We're here for 4 more of these, for 3 more of these, for 2 more of these. And then after your last one here, hold those elbows bent. Fingertips tapping the shoulders. You're going to bring your elbows up high, about shoulder height. From here, I'm going to open those elbows up. I'm going to close them back together. Open those elbows up and then right back in front of the shoulders. So try to stay hanging on to the tops of your shoulders here as you open and close those elbows. Working the muscles in the back and the chest. We're going to do 4 more here. You got this. Keep on breathing. Last 2. On the last one, we're holding our elbows bent out wide. From here, upper part of your arm stays still. Top part of your arm, or bottom part of your arm unfolds all the way to a T. Palms towards the sky. Exhale, bend it in. Inhale, open wide. So bicep curl high and wide this time, opening up the chest. Again, feeling those muscles in the back. Keep the shoulders down away from the ears. Try to keep your neck relaxed. It's tough on this one. Think as if you're moving through water. There's tension in both directions. Shoulders are going to get tired here on these. We're working full range of motion for 4 more. Crown of the head pulled up towards the sky. Last 2. Last one, hold it in. Pulses here for 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold it there. I'm going to open my arms until I'm in like a little robot or a box shape here. So my wrists are right up on top of my shoulders. From here, try to keep those elbows lifted high. I'm going to take my hands down towards the ground, little box, and then lift them up towards the sky. So rotation of that shoulder forward. Remember, it doesn't like that rotation. Resist in both directions. Create that strength in your center to support it here. Working hard with that upper body. We're almost done with our upper body series. We're here for 3 more of these, 2 more of these. After that last one, hold your high robot shape. I'm going to take my palms all the way together in front of me like I'm saying a little prayer. Now try to keep your elbows locked together. We're taking pulses up, up. Keep your belly button in. It's 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower all the way down. Shake it out. I'm going to drop my right ear down towards my right shoulder. Big stretch in the side of my neck. Feel that left palm reaching down towards the ground. 2 big breaths here. Same thing on the other side. Left ear to left shoulder. Big stretch in the right side of my neck. Drawing that right shoulder down the back. Space here, 2 big breaths. Come right back up to vertical. I'm going to drop my chin towards my chest. From here, start to roll down. Shoulders are going to roll down. Keep your belly button in. You're going to plant the palms here. Try to keep those hips over your knees. It's easy for them to trickle back. Your hands are going to come down to the ground right in front of your mat. You're still round in your spine, in your low back. You're going to tuck those toes under. Hover the knees up 2 inches away from your mat. So hands on one side of the mat, toes on the other side of the mat. From here, can you pike the hips up high, coming into a down dog shape? Once you're here, try to drop those heels back. Find a big stretch in those hamstrings. You're going to walk 1 foot at a time in towards your mat, and then just out wide to either side of those hips. So your feet are wider than the hips here. You're in a wide leg forward fold. If it's okay for you to, you're going to grab both ankles and then bend the elbows, send your tailbone towards the sky, and try to melt your head down to the mat below you. So nice big stretch here along the whole back body. Alrighty, from here, both my hands are making their way over towards the right side. So maybe they're on your ankle, maybe they're on the floor, maybe they're on your calf, your thigh, whatever works. You're in this little twisted forward fold. I'm going to take my opposite knee, my left knee, bend it until I feel my inner thigh stretch on the right side. You'll feel the stretch in the left side of your torso as well in this twist. And then you'll just straighten that left knee as you exhale. Inhale to bend, exhale to straighten. So you're leaning into that opposite side as you hang on somewhere on that right side, feeling that space in the inner thigh, finding that strength, that support in the foot of the bending and straightening knee. We're going to do 3 more of these. 2 more of these. Might start to feel that shake. After the last one here, hands walk through center. You're going all the way to the other side. One side might be different than the other, either hanging onto that foot, calf, floor, whatever works. Twisted forward fold. From here, right knee is going to bend. I'm going to feel the stretch in my inner thigh on that left side. And then exhale, pick it right back up. Inhale to bend. Exhale to straighten. Finding that length in your inner thigh. That length in the right side of your torso. Think rib and hip moving further away from one another. Keep on breathing. We got 3 more of these. 2 more of these. And then 1 more here. You're going to walk the hands back to center. From here, arms are going to open up wide like a T. Back is as flat as it can be. You want your torso about parallel to the floor. So head to hips, nice flat back. From here, find the strength, belly button to spine. Keep the arms at a T. You're going to start to lift the chest up until you're in a big star shape. You used all the muscles in your back to get into this wide leg star shape. From here, I'm gonna drop my right hand down towards my right leg, and I'm gonna stretch my left arm up overhead. I'll do the same thing on the other side, dropping my left arm down towards my left thigh, reaching the right arm up overhead. Arms are gonna come back to that T, this time more range of motion. Right hand crosses alongside the front of the torso as I reach my left hand over. Coming back to that T, left arm reaches in front of the torso as I reach the right hand over. One more like that on each side. Try to keep your hips nice and steady, finding obliques. Come back to your T. Right arm's gonna go down, left hand's gonna go up. You're in that side bend over to the right. Little pulses here. Reach both hands away from each other for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold. Big inhale, come up. Same thing on the other side. Side bend, reach both hands away from one another. Little pulses here. You've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Big inhale, lift all the way back to that T. Drop those arms. You're gonna make your way down to the mat. We're sitting on our bum here. Knees are bent, feet are grounded. You wanna be towards the front-ish part of your mat because we're gonna take some roll backs from here. All right, arms reach long in front of you. Think of this like your half roll back. I'll walk you through it. You're gonna roll a teeny bit back for 1, teeny bit back more for 2, even more for 1, and then lift all the way back up on 1 count. So you're going back for 3, for 2, for 1, lift fast, for 3, for 2, for 1, lift fast. Scoop that core, ribs and hips connect. Even more, even more, even more. All that way back. Use those abdominals to lift. So you roll through that round spine all the way back, lifting up nice and fast. Try to get all the way back towards the bottom of those shoulder blades if you can. That's your goal. Scooping the belly button towards the spine each and every time. Lift from the abdominals. You don't want to feel this in the hip flexors. The more you feel this in the front of your hips, the less you're using your abs. So turn them on, baby. Find that strength. Muscles in your back are on. Shoulders out of the ears here. Really connect to that powerhouse here. Use your breath to move. Inhale up. Inhale up. We've got 4, 3, 2. On your last one, you're gonna roll back. You're gonna hold that roll back. Right knee is coming in towards the chest. Grab that shin. Left leg floats up, stays long. It's single leg stretch from here. Exhale, switch. Exhale, switch. Inhale, switch. Inhale, switch. Exhale, exhale, inhale, inhale. Use the breath to move. Try to keep your neck long. You're looking out towards that long side toe. Ribs and hips pulled together. Head to hips totally still. Neutral or imprint, whatever's working for your body here. We're here for 4, for 3, for 2. Last set. Both knees come in. Try to hold that head up. If you've got to drop it down to take a breath, that's totally fine with me. Listen to your body. From here, hands are going to come behind your head. Elbows bent out wide. Same single leg stretch without those arms, a whole lot harder. We're here to exhale, exhale, inhale, inhale. For 10, for 9, for 8, for 7, for 6, for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2. Last one. Hold it out there. Straight leg. Lift it up. Lower down. Lift it up. Lower down. Use those abdominals. Scoop that core. You got this. Head is heavy in those hands. We've got 3.
We've got 2. We've got 1. Switching sides. Reach that other leg long. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Head to hip, stay still. Straight legs harder. We've got 4, 3, 2. Hold this shape on 1. Opposite elbow, opposite knee. It's your crisscross. Go ahead and switch. And switch. Keep that head lifted as much as you possibly can. Rotating the rib cage, keeping those hips still. 10 more. 9 more. 8 more. And 7. And 6. And 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. Both knees come in. Drop the head. Take a breath. Rock the head right, left, like you're shaking your head no. Massage across the back part of your skull. You're going to make your way back up to sit at the front edge of your mat like we started that ab series. So knees bent, feet grounded. You're going to take your seat closer to your heels this time so we can prepare for rolling like a ball. Grab the fronts of those shins. Core is nice and warm. Come up on your tiptoes. Knees go out wide towards those shoulders. Toes come into kiss. Grabbing those ankles, those shins. Look down between those knees. Now keep that firm connection to your core. Start to tip back until your toes can lift away from the mat. Can you hold that position for 5 counts? Keep on trying until you've got that hold for 5 counts. And then once you can strengthen your core, hold that position for 5 counts. Go ahead and start to roll back. Breathe in on the way back. Breathe out on the way up. It's okay if those toes kiss the mat on the way up. Goal is to end up in that roll, in that hovering position after each roll back. Make sure you're not rolling all the way onto your neck. Stay on those shoulders. Use the connection in your core and your breath. Use the connection in your toes, in your shins. We're here for 4. Keep that chin looking down. Once you're done with those last 4 opportunities, try to come back to that hover. Try to come back to that hold. From here, can you lift the head, neck, and shoulders? Stay in that hover, that hold. Nice proud chest. You're coming up to a neutral spine. From here, can you close the inner thighs? Grab behind the knees. From here, can you lift the shins parallel to the mat? From here, can you keep your chest proud and lean back even further, aiming for 2 straight arms? We're going to try to hold this position. If you can, let go of the backs of those thighs. Holding this position for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. You got this for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Sit up nice and tall. Drop those toes. Drop those shins. Amazing work on that one, guys. We're coming onto our belly, gonna do some work for the back body, do some work for the swan. So head comes towards one end of the mat, feet come towards the other end of the mat. Hands are just gonna start right underneath your shoulders here and try to relax as much as possible when you get down here. So take a couple breaths, just melt into your mat there. So from here, your goal is going to be to try to keep those glutes and your low body relaxed. Activate your shoulders into your back pockets. Pull your belly button up away from gravity and see if you can lift your head and your heart about 2 inches. Baby little swan here. Feel the muscles in your back. You're pressing down in the hands, but you shouldn't really feel work in the arms. You're opening up the chest, trying to shine the heart forward towards the edge of your mat. And then you'll set the heart, the head right back down. We're going to try to press up a little higher this time. Remember, glutes, low body, stay relaxed. Inhale as the head, the heart lift. Feel the work in your back as much as you can as opposed to the arms. And then lower right back down. Try to find your full range of motion on this next one. Breathe in as you lift. Press. Breathe out to lower right back down. We're going to do 3 more of those. Breathe in as you lift. It's the back. Breathe out as you lower down.
mid back, not low back. If you're feeling low back, you're lifting too high. If you're feeling low back, you're not pressing heavy enough into that pubic bone, connecting to your core. Last one, hold it up there. Can you look over the right shoulder? Can you look over the left shoulder? Can you look back to center and then drop it all the way down? From here, you're gonna make a little pillow with your hands. Hands stacked right on top of one another. Elbows are bent out wide. You're gonna rest your forehead on that little pillow and then see if you can float the legs, the low body, 2 inches up away from the mat. This time I am turning on my glutes. I'm reaching the legs as far away from my torso as I possibly can. And then from here, little flutter kicks as the right lifts, the left lowers, and then you just go ahead and switch sides. Muscles in the back turning on. Try to keep your upper body relaxed this time. Taking this little swim of the legs, can you feel it from the thighs? Legs stay long so the knees aren't bending to take this swim. We're going to speed things up for your last 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax it down. Take a breath. From here, arms are going to do the same thing your legs just did. Arms reach out long alongside those ears. Try to keep the low body out of it this time. You're going to hover your arms and your head up 2 inches away from the mat. Just the upper body goes for that swim. Right arm up, left arm down. Try to keep your core connected. Try to keep yourself nice and firm in your torso. Speed things up here. Swim in those arms for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax it down. Create that little pillow again. Take 2 breaths. I just want you to notice if your hip bones are kind of shifting right and left, if you felt that connection as you were moving. Goal is as stable, as steady as you can. We're going to do legs and arms next. Arms and legs both go long. Arms and legs both hover. It's the right arm, the left leg lifting, and then we switch sides. So it's the opposite, 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 opposite. Keep your core on as you move here, slow to start. Remember, head to hips, totally still. Speed things up here. We've got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest and relax. From here, let's start to roll over onto our side. You want to bring your forearm up on the mat, and then your toes are going to reach long towards the front corner of the mat, and your hips are reaching towards the back corner of the mat. Now you can either stay on the forearm, or you can go ahead and cradle your head in your hand from here. So 2 options, propped up in that little side plank or head cradled in your hand as you lie on your side. You're going to have your front arm, your top arm in front of you, just pressing down into the mat. And then both sets of knees and toes facing towards the screen, towards the front. So point your top toe here. Reach that leg longer than the bottom leg. You're lifting that bottom side of your torso up away from the mat. If you want to shove those fingertips under there and leave it lifted off the mat, that's always a good option if you need a little reminder. Now this leg is going to lift up as high as you can keep that space between your obliques and the mat underneath you, and then it's going to lower right back down. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Now move as quick as you can keep the stability in your torso, strengthen your center, but don't move so quick that you're losing the control over your movements. You'll feel the outer and inner thighs start to light up quite a bit, just like when we took that little out and in with your leg on all fours at the start of class. Reaching long and strong, we've got 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it up there on your last one. You're going to flex your toes, start to kick that foot in front of you, and then point your toes, start to kick that foot back behind you. So you flex to kick front, point to sweep back. The hand pressing into the mat in front of you is going to help you with balance. You're only kicking as far forward and back here as you can keep your hips steady. So you don't want that top hip swinging in the opposite direction of the leg. Constantly reaching that leg longer than the bottom leg is going to help you stay connected in those obliques. Working on balance here. Let's do 5 more. You got this. Reach that leg long. Bottom leg supporting you. It's doing work as well. Last 2. Last 1. You're going to bring that leg back to hover over the bottom leg. From here, we're going to do what's called hot potato. You'll lift the leg up, tap the toe to the ground in front of the other toe. Lift the leg up, tap the heels together. So toes towards toes, heels towards heels. The bottom leg doesn't move, it's just that top hip rotating. You want to think about your thigh bone doing the rotation instead of your foot. It's going to feel a little bit uncomfortable, especially in that internal shape. You don't get that position very often in your everyday life. If you want to keep your hand on your hip for stability here, that's always a good option. Let's do 3 more of these. Feeling that pinch, that burn. On the last one, you're going to hold that top leg turned out. From here, I'm going to point my toe, kick it as high as I can, and then flex my foot, drop the heel all the way down to connect. So point to kick, flex to lower. Point to kick, flex to lower. This time it's okay if that torso's moving around a little bit. Find the strength that reach out the heel all the way down. Find the power in the glute in the side of the hip here all the way up. In that turnout, you've got a whole lot more range of motion. We're here for 4, for 3, for 2. On the last one, you're going to hold that foot hovering. You're in a flexed foot here. Little circles. Find that circle with your thigh. Little pinch in the seat. That's okay. That's correct. We're here for 4, 3, 2. Reverse that circle. One side might feel more fluid than the other. Try to make it happen with control. Breathing here for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Set it down. Give yourself a little pat if you need it. Breath here. We're doing the same thing on the second side. So you'll swing those legs right around, and we're going to end up lying with the other leg on top. Remember, up on the forearm or head cradled in the hand, whatever works for you works for me. Tailbone far back, toes far forward. One side might be a whole lot harder than the other. That's totally fine. Be okay with whichever this one is. You're starting with parallel, so knees and toes facing towards the screen, lifting that leg up, keep it parallel, lift the torso up, keep it lifted as you lift and lower, lift and lower. So constantly reaching that leg long is just going to help you keep the hips stacked. It's going to help you keep from head to hips totally still and work the core, your powerhouse, even more. Now make sure your low back is long and neutral. We don't want to be dumping into the low back here to feel like we can lift our leg higher if we do so. This one's not about lifting the leg high, it's about lifting the leg long, finding outer inner thighs for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, it stays up. We flex the foot to kick forward. We point the toe to sweep it back. Flex to kick front, point to kick back. Breathe in to kick front, breathe out to kick back. So finding some work in front and back of the hip this time instead of side to side like those lift and lowers. We're working all directions here in this sideline work. It's about the core, it's about the hips, it's about your glutes, it's about the legs. You know you're feeling that burn. Let's do 4 more. 3 more. 2 more. Last one. Bring that leg to hover over the top. You're going to take those hot potatoes. Toes come down to kiss. Lift, heels come down to kiss. Toes come down to kiss. Heels come down to kiss.
So finding that rotation in your thigh bone as much as you can. You might have more rotation on this side. You might have less rotation on this side. Doesn't matter, you're listening to your body, you're finding the strength. As long as you feel that work surrounding your hip, you've got it, you're good. We're here for 4, for 3, for 2. We hold the turnout on the last one. Point the toe, kick it up high this time. Flex the foot, drop it all the way down. Point to lift, flex to lower. Kicking high in the sky this time. Find that space in that inner thigh. Opening up nice and big. Try to aim your foot behind your head here. So opening up in your turnout. Finding the space in those legs. Nice and powerful with your breath. We're here for 4, for 3, for 2. Hold that hover on the last one. Nice flexed foot, long out the heel, circles here. Maintain the turnout as you draw the circle. You'll feel more of that pinch just underneath your seat where you want that little lift in the peach. We're here for 3, 2, reverse that circle. One side might have more stability than the other. You got this. We're here for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Set it down. Oh my God, really feeling it. Tap that seat. Take out that tension. Slow down the heart rate. Guess what? We're almost done. Can you believe it? We're gonna roll over onto our back, do some bridge work, and then we're all set for the day. So making your way onto your back, knees bent up towards the sky, feet in that number 11, little space between the knees, between the feet. We're starting in a neutral. Your neck is nice and long. Arms are coming down by your sides. I want you to press down with the backs of the arms. Feel your chest open up, like in that series of chest expansion we took towards the start of class in your arm work. You're going to squeeze the glutes, send the sits bones closer together. Feel that space between the top of your back of your thigh and the glutes moving closer together. From here, activate, lift those hips straight up towards the sky like 2 helium balloons are picking them up. Spine stays long, spine stays neutral. You're tuning into that glute connection, lifting, activating, keeping the neck nice and long, and then closing that drawbridge. Keep the glutes on as they start to sink down towards the mat. Keep the backs of the thighs on, keep the connection to the feet on, and then once that tailbone hits, finally release the back body. Big inhale to prepare, same thing. Exhale, activate the back body, lift those hips high towards the sky. Feel that connection to your core, and then slowly set the tailbone down like a drawbridge closing, nice and long, nice and steady in the spine. Backs of the thighs are on till that last second. Drop it down and relax. Rolling your bridge this time, articulating for 2. Drop the belly button down, scoop the core, squeeze those glutes. Peel the spine away from the mat like Velcro. It's hard to peel it up. Create that resistance, that tension. Send those hips high. You're using the glutes to do so. Space over the tops of those thighs. Inhaling at the top as you press through the backs of the arms, and then exhaling to dive that heart down, scooping the pubic bone towards your rib cage. Keep the neck relaxed as you do so. One bone at a time sets down, and we relax to neutral as we take our big breath in. Another one of those. Breath out, drop the belly button down, scoop the core, turn it on. Scoop the glutes, turn them on, peel away, yank that spine away from the mat like Velcro. Lifting, 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 feeling that space out over those knees. Feel the length in the front of the body, the strength in the back of the body. And then roll it right on down, scooping, tucking, finding that space in the spine as one bone at a time connects. Remember to keep the backs of the thighs on. Once that tailbone hits, then you can let them go. Big breath in. Now from here, you can pick whichever one you want to do. So either rolling up or neutral all the way up. You're going to hold your bridge at the top this time. So inhale to prepare, exhale to activate, lift however you want to activate. Keep those hips as steady as you can. Weights in the shoulders, not in the neck. You're going to hover the right leg up to tabletop. Try to keep your torso square as you set it down toe ball heel and hover the left leg to tabletop and then toe ball heel. So the opposite back of the thigh has to engage a whole lot more to prevent that hip from sagging down as you take that march to tabletop. So just be conscious of the other hip as that leg floats to tabletop. It's not about the tabletop leg, it's about the supporting leg. You're trying to keep the ribs and the hips connected. You're trying to keep the hips steady from right to left, so no salsa dancing. Next time the right leg is the one that's up in tabletop, can you hold it there? Strength, power in that left back of the thigh, left glute and hip. Right toe is going to drop down towards the mat, and it's going to lift right back up to table. Drops down towards the mat, and lifts right back to table. Keep your core connected, low backs out of it. If the hips got to lower a tad to support this, that's totally fine. We've got 3 more on this side. Press down through those triceps, they help you. That knee's gonna lift right back up over the hip, take a breath. Set that foot down, toe ball heel. Take a second, both feet pressing down, find your strength in the back body. If you gotta lower down, then come back up, that's totally fine. Same thing on the opposite side. As the left knee lifts, keep that right hip high, squeeze the glute, the back of the thigh. All 4 corners of that right foot. Toe taps with the left side, toe drops, lifts back up. Your thigh bone is hinging away from you. So your knee stays at that 90-degree angle on the way down and the way up. Find the strength and power in the back body. It's your last thing here. You have got this. We're doing 3 more. 2 more. Last one. Try to hold it up at tabletop. Big breath. Set that foot back down. Lift those hips 1 inch higher. Roll or drop straight down back to the mat, finding your connection. Letting go of the seat, the backs of the thighs at the last second. You're going to hug the knees in towards the chest here. Little rock right to left. Try to create space in the glutes, especially the piriformis. And then little circles with the knees out wide. Connect in towards the chest. Circling those knees. And then reversing the direction of that circle. Freeing up those hips. Try to keep your neck relaxed here. Lots of work for that whole body today. And then after this next circle, you can roll over onto one side. And then from here, press yourself up and give yourselves a hand. Oh my goodness, was that tough? I'm sweating. I don't know about you. Feeling strong though, feeling connected, really ready to take on this week. I can't wait to see you next time on the mat. Thanks for tuning in to Peachy Pilates.